Hey, welcome to the Miniverse. So I think my Gaslands terrain is missing some old pallets. So today I'm going to build some pallets. Let's go over to the table. Okay, so these are two prototypes that I made here. And I just made them 1 inch by 1 inch, which I thought would be kind of big for the scale, but they look pretty good there sitting next to the cars. So I think I'll just go with that. And all I'm using are these little square dowels. They come in these big packs. You can get them at Walmart or Hobby Lobby, different places. They're pretty cheap. I think it was like $4 for that big pack. So I'm just going to use those, and then I'm going to use some of these coffee stir sticks. You can get those almost anywhere. So since I'm doing them 1 inch, I've already got the measurements marked on the mat here, so I'm just going to use those. I probably should have looked around for some square dowels that were at least 3 inches long. These are a little bit, I think they're like 2 3/4 inches, so I'm going to have a little bit of waste on each one. But that's okay. We'll use those later. So I'm just going to mark up a bunch of these, both the wooden dowels and the stir sticks. Probably do a bunch of them at a time. Alright, so once I have a bunch of those marked up, and I'm not really super worried about accuracy or neatness or cleanliness. They're supposed to be old ass pallets, right? So I'm just going to use these cutters and cut a bunch of them. Okay, so we got 2 piles, square dowels, stir sticks. Now we need to start putting them together. We need some tape, a little masking tape, and that sticky side up. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take one of these square dowels, stick it down to the tape here. That's really just for my distance, so that I know how far apart to put the little stir sticks. That one's too long. Try to keep it as square as possible, so one at the bottom, one at the top, and one in the middle. It's too long. Alright, so now that we have those in place, I can remove this and break the other one that was drying. Alright, and then I'm just going to do 9 dots of super glue. One square dowel down each side, and one in the middle. And I'm just going to make a bunch more of those. Okay, so now that I have a few of those done, I don't want them moving around on me, so I'm just going to hit them with a little accelerator. Give that a second to dry. Then down the 3, each of the 3 cross pieces there, I'm just going to run a tiny little bead of super glue. And then lay out the top pieces. Make sure I leave a little bit of distance in between each. And I am not being careful at all. Any broken pieces can come off. If they're a little long, that's fine. I'll just hang them off the ends, and I'm going to clean those up here in a little bit once everything's dry. Pallets are very cheaply made anyway. Okay, so you probably saw me reapplying some of the glue. That accelerator did soak into the wood a little bit and dried it up, or dried the glue up that I was trying to apply there. But these are done anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and hit them with a little more accelerator. Then we'll give them a few minutes to dry. We'll pop them off and then clean them up. Okay, so they've had a couple minutes to dry. Go ahead and peel them off. And some of them, you see where it sticks over there. They're a little oversized. I'm going to trim those off. Alright, so now that they're, I don't know, cleaned up and chipped up a little bit, I'm going to put some nail holes in there, and I'm going to use these tweezers. They got super sharp ends. And I'm going to put just 2 little holes for nails where each one of those slats fits over the board underneath. Alright, so now that everybody has nail holes, hopefully you can see that on there. Yeah. Now that everybody has nail holes, it's time to stain them. And I just mixed up some cheapo brown acrylic paint in water, and I'm just going to dip these. Let me get some paper towels out to set them on so I don't make a giant mess. Alright, so I'm just going to dip them down in there. Pull them out. Alright, so I'm just going to let those dry. Okay, so these are all dry now. They're still kind of light, but that's okay. Pallets are always made of cheap pine, and it's pretty light anyway. So I'm going to set a few of those aside. I'm going to add those to some of my other terrain features. And then a couple of them I want to make, I'll probably do 3 of them. I want them to make like explosive obstacles to put out in the middle of the course. So I made a bunch of these a while back. These are the drums or barrels, 55-gallon barrels or whatever. You can check out that video on how to make them. So I really want the red ones for the explosive. Pallets, and then I'm going to use a yellow one too, maybe 2 yellow ones. So I'm just going to put some of this hot sticky stuff inside of here, and just put them on the pallet there. All right, so it looks like I got 2 of them, 2 explosive ones. You got to put the yellow in there because yellow makes it go boom. One red left over. Alright, so these I'm just going to make them like decorative pallets. Decorative. Just, you know, some more terrain to put out there in the way of stuff. Maybe the destructible kind. I'm going to make one for... Oh, that's not what I want to do. One for like a destructible obstacle. But I'm going to use all black. I'm going to put oil on it, and it's going to leave an oil streak behind. I think that's a good idea. And I got some of these wheels here. Stack them up on there. Alright, I'll give those just a minute to dry. Okay, so now they're ready for some more decorations or weathering. They all look fairly clean right now, so I'm going to use this light beige. I'm just going to dry brush everything. Alright, so the last thing, I think I want to add some oil to here. Alright, I found it. Non-oil gloss. If you've seen some of my other videos, this stuff works really well to make little oil spills. Alright, so that's a fun, quick little project. Add a lot of spice to the game there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the barrel video on your way out, and we'll see you next time.